it's probably one of the most uncommon cricket results you ever get to see on a field these days, especially when you have India playing Test cricket at home. India have lost a Test match in India. I'm saying that with a lot of trepidation. The usual suspects, Abhishek Shetty, Krishnendra Banerjee with me, Rajesh Gupta, back on the show after several weeks. Good to be back. Good to be back in a new setup, a new studio.
Finally, we made it. We are here all three together.
Yeah. Good to be back, but I can assure you, the atmosphere is not going to stay that friendly. We had some nice cake and coffee before we come on the show. That was our lunch for the day. But it's been plaguing me, it's been bugging me. I know you two have been sort of casual and said, "Hote rehta hai, ho jata hai." India have lost a test match in Bangalore, a rain-truncated game. After Sarfraz Khan's 150, Rishabh Pant's 99, it doesn't happen. But what you're forgetting is, what a lot of people want to forget is, 46. Is that the new badge of honor? Rish? 36 was the badge of honor for India
36 was
many years back.
So, the funny thing is, 36 was for Virat Kohli, 46 is for Rohit Sharma, both the captains.
The Rohit guy.
Arguably,
He's Rohit Sharma's spokesman, officially from Mumbai, Abhishek Shetty.
Arguably, both are India's one of two of the greatest captains.
Yeah.
Both have had 46 and 36.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, Virat Kohli has been part of 46, 36 and 49 in 46. So, I mean, it cannot be worse than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it has happened, but let's move on.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do because there are several decisions that were wrong.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma admitted that he failed to read the pitch. Gambhir failed to read the pitch. Kohli did. Kohli's home ground is.
So there's no coach who can say pitch bhad mein jaye.
Yes.
So you say pitch bhad mein nahi ja sakta.
So they absolutely had no idea how the pitch would have behaved.
Yeah.
Especially the weather changes in Bangalore like someone else's mood. So it could rain a block away and then it may not rain here at all. It could be sunshine. That is how Bangalore always works, and they should have had this idea how to, especially when the pitch was almost fresh.
Yeah.
They did not, and it absolutely backfired. But more importantly, many of the players played poor shots, and you cannot hide behind the fact that the execution was not there. It was they kind of had a very casual.
You're almost defending the Indian lineup. I mean, execute. Obviously, it wasn't there.
Yeah, it was not.
But you said Rohit Sharma said no excuses. Obviously, you can't make excuses after 46.
There is no excuse.
Is that, by the way, you are also pinning the blame on Virat Kohli, 36, 46, 49. Kohli.
I don't think that Rohit should be blamed solely for
Come
this.
on, you guys have been too friendly on this Unfriendly Podcast.
No, but I mean, but we have other people to blame as well, Such as Rahul. Obviously, let's just start. Okay, the first innings the pitch was bad. Okay, the second innings he had the entire match on his hand. Okay, if it's home ground, you said that it's Virat Kohli's home ground. Okay, fine, but Rahul has been bought up over there. He's been playing on that. I was in Bangalore when this was happening. I asked the people the most disappointing player.
Rahul is always the one to be trolled on social media now. On the Unfriendly Podcast, Abhishek Shetty comes down. He wants to defend Rohit Sharma, Mumbai Indians,
Yeah, because
by the way, we don't know whether Rohit Sharma is going to be with Mumbai Indians, so don't be that passionate.
That's fine. But
what happens if he's back with RCB and suddenly he goes of KL Rahul?
After winning the match, anyone can say.
No. He said it on the day of the toss. He said that we would have selected to bat first as well.
Rohit said the same thing in 2023 World Cup.
That's fine. That's what I'm saying. He might have read the pitch wrong. He might have read the conditions wrong. He did. But again, so we got all out within 31 overs, right? 31.1. So then New Zealand came to bat and they were looking very comfortable on the pitch. So what was the real point? The real point was that we just had to stick to the pitch. We didn't have any player like Pujara, we didn't have any player like Rahane to just go there and
Good point. Now you're talking about Pujara and Rahane because you cast them aside. Pujara recently scored his 18th first class 100. You have someone like KL Rahul because again, inadvertently that guy's going to throw him in. But why are you guys talking about the pitch? It was conditions.
Yeah, conditions.
It rained. You were there in Bangalore. Yeah. I have been in Bangalore for over a year. I know you've been there. You know how it is. It rains. It gets cold.
Yeah.
You have been in India long enough to realize that all these guys have played in Bangalore before. Sarfraz Khan has played with RCB.
That is a first.
It was lateral movement.
That is
hit the
why
platform movement and you're done. The pitch had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, my first point was there was no execution. They failed to execute.
But we didn't lose because of 48 that we scored on the first innings. We lost because we let New Zealand score so
because
many
you were
runs.
scared. I mean, that's what my point was, that you're blaming the conditions, you're blaming the pitch, you're blaming the weather. The fact is there was lateral movement, and anywhere in the world when you have that kind of rain, you have that kind of crowd cover, you have a red ball, and there will be.
But what about Bumrah? What about Siraj?
No,
what about
because
Ashwin?
they got the raw end of the bargain. You first off, you made the wrong choice by letting to bat first on that in those conditions,
There is
and you
no
went into
commitment
pacers.
Yeah,
So on the day 3, okay, the first session, we were almost back in the game. Then the baller comes and he scores you 60-68 runs.
But
He scores
you were never back in the game. The moment you're out for 46
we
and
were
the opposition gets to 200, you're never in the game. You never in the game.
Go score around 700 and then expect a result in
Who
your
was the bowler who scored at 68-70 runs for New Zealand with Rachin? He made a partnership.
Yeah.
Saudi, right?
Saudi.
Saudi also goes low down the order.
So,
But then,
Saudi, you cannot get a Saudi out early, so Rachin gets more confident.
and this has been, by the way, it's another valid point. It's been one of our issues in Test cricket.
It has happened in England as well.
Why are we giving them that space to come back in the game?
Sam Curran, all those years back in 2018, he would come out and play blinders. But again, look, I don't think it's runs from the lower order. It's the 46. Justin Roiland, the way he batted, the way you set up those fields for him, you knew the conditions were different back then. You were not going to get this game. It was an overtly aggressive field. I mean, Rohit, fine, in his defense, he tried it. But it was overtly aggressive. You were not going to get there. You knew the game was done. Fantastic from Sarfaraz Khan. I mean, Virat Kohli, soft dismissal. He did not think there was an edge. Rishabh Pant, 99, you would say he was a little casual. But a lot of people were gutted he couldn't get to his 100.
Yeah.
How much of a difference would 99 and 100 have made at that stage? I'm pretty sure Pant was the last person who would have heard it.
You live by the sword, he dies by the sword. That's his game. You cannot blame anything on him. He's, like you guys previously said on a previous one of our episode, that probably the greatest test batter for India currently. Is very good. So we cannot put anything on him right now. But my point is that, okay, we give Bumrah a lot of credit, right? We have been giving him a lot of credit. He has played 4 tests against New Zealand and he has lost all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. In the last test match also, we didn't see Siraj doing
Guys
anything.
are unbelievable. You're trying to defend Virat Kohli. You're trying to defend Rohit.
I'm not trying to defend. Like, so when we won the second test against Bangladesh, everyone was giving credits to Rohit Sharma and I was not one of them. I don't think that it was Rohit Sharma.
I'm pretty sure he was in his study only Rohit.
Yeah, I love the approach. I love the new approach of a team, and no one can deny it. We can see it in T20s as well, in Tests as well. It's a different ball game we are playing together, but everyone is to be blamed for the first Test defeat against New Zealand. Yeah. Because why are we not speaking about Gautam Gambhir?
No, you speak about Gautam Gambhir and Rohit Sharma. I mean, Rohit Sharma suddenly saying, he comes to the press conference, chalao talwa. And yes, it was a bad day. क्या बोल सकते हो यार? ठीक है, this is probably one of the first India captains who's come to a press conference and said, okay, we made a mistake. There's nothing to defend.
Virat Kohli also did.
But even Dhoni did.
I mean, what do you say? That's what I was coming to. What do you say after 36 and 46? You can't really, justify anything. There is no coming back.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
There is no coming back.
You talking of Bumrah, and then you say, what do you do as a bowler? How do you defend it? I mean, when you go and speak to these cricketers, they say, what do you do after 46 all out as a bowling team as well?
But
do you look to get them out for 60?
So much, no. But
what do you do?
Done, like, for example, like I just mentioned, why
would Rohit have been a little bit more conservative against?
I think it was also Rohit Sharma's fault that he couldn't do better over changes in between. When we got the 7th wicket, he couldn't use his bowlers to his potential.
But by that the game had run away.
Yeah, but see, also Siraj was taken apart. I mean, there was a session when Ashwin was getting hit for 11 runs per over.
Yeah.
So that is also another scary moment for India, because Ashwin getting hit in India is always a concern.
But do you think that we made a mistake in our bowling, in our playing 11?
Look, you can't
that we should have gone with 3 paces.
We did. Akash did.
He's sitting there, he didn't have. He's actually terrific start to his Test career.
Yeah.
And you had no Akash.
You had all the lateral movements. That there is going to be rain in some days. You had clouds in and out. why are you picking?
Listen, let's be candid. You were too conservative. You
Yes.
thought your spinners are absolute champions, and not which they are, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
But the pitch had nothing to do with it. You all know, Bangalore pitches, sometimes they favor a lot of slow bowling, but that has to be the peak of summers. That has to be the sun baking down.
But
mostly it's a flat
It
surface.
has rained.
It is raining.
So, I mean, it has been. So,
Record shattering rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Record shattering.
Yeah.
So there was no way you could get that kind of spin-friendly wicket in Bangalore or Chennai.
Exactly.
But have you guys have been seeing cricket, test cricket, following test cricket for a long time? Like, have you seen anything more embarrassing than this in our own soil in test match?
No, actually,
Have you
come to
witnessed
think
something
of it, no, because in 2012, when England came and defeated India in a test series, that was shocking. And because we're in a generation which grew up to, at least I am, I come from a generation which has grown up seeing India dominate at home. I remember 1998, where Australia came touring, and you saw those guys in those baggy greens and standing in a slip corner and looking really scary.
Yeah.
You had Slater, you had Mark Taylor, and that was before the Hayden and the Gilchrist era. You had Ian Healy chopping, and you had
We didn't even let that Australia
You didn't let that Australia
in India.
beat you.
Yeah.
You know, and to lose to an Indian team in 2012, which had Kevin Peterson as reintegrating in that team, and to see this New Zealand team, I'm sorry, come on,
Without
46
Without Kane.
without Kane Williamson, fine bowling effort. I mean, come on, it was just, and it's not about test at home. It is about that mental block. You see cloud cover, you see rain, you see lateral movement. Okay, I can't survive, and you want to convince me that this team can go to England and put up a fight. Come on. You let go of an opportunity in England. This is embarrassing. More than the embarrassment, I think 2012 was a bigger embarrassment. But this is a little bit of a horror comedy for me. Comedy of errors with a bat, and this is a horror comedy. 46. What do you do when you go to New Zealand and England? Krish needs to take that. You know my take on Sarfaraz Khan. Krish, go on.
Yeah.
I mean, KL Rahul, he has to be backed. He will be backed for VGT. He will remain. Sarfaraz Khan, for no fault of his own, he is going to be benched.
You mean to say 150 guy is out?
Yes.
Out of playing
But
right
if
away.
it's in Mars, like if you are supposed to select,
Yes.
and will you get him in? And for who's
See,
position?
if it is in India, I would select Sarfaraz. If it is outside India, I'll select KL Rahul.
On what
would be my
basis?
approach.
On what basis? It's
KL Rahul,
you taking the one innings into account in
because
South Africa.
Sarfaraz Khan is still untested. When we are going
Yeah, so when are we going to test him?
whatever was good.
When?
After KL returns.
The problem is KL Rahul has been tested way too often, and
But he has
why
performed. That century was superb.
is that a reflection of how this Indian team is looking at us? Quickly, he's stormed away from the Mumbai rain, but he's been desperate to read out the stats. I don't know why. He's a Rohit fan. He's a Rohit fanboy. Rohit has lost 3 test matches at home in 14 matches as captain. Virat lost 2 in his entire tenure as India test captain at home, 31 tests in this country. Is this a reflection of the pitches? Maybe are you saying Virat had access to better pitches for his spinners? Because he was the guy who said, look, I don't care about runs and averages.
Yeah.
You just want your bowlers to take 20 minutes. Have you stepped away from that sort of strategy?
You should never compare Virat Kohli, the test captain, with Rohit Sharma.
Why?
There is no comparison.
I wanted to hear that. Good. Somebody is saying that.
Virat Kohli as India captain in test is a different beast altogether.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma, even after probably leading India in 50 tests, will never be able to match that.
Is that fair to say?
He's a great white ball captain.
Is that fair to say? Because when you had Virat, he had ready resources from MS Dhoni, he just needed to change the mindset.
He also led the team. I mean, he had Ravi Shastri as well as Varadha Arun's backup to get those guys. I mean, how often
but
do
that
you
was
see
years
someone
down the
like
line. You
Navdeep
also
Saini?
had to contend with Anil Kumble, and they didn't get along together.
How often do you see your native bowlers performing and giving you a taste win? That
That was Ravi Shastri. That was out and out Ravi Shastri. That was Ajit Rahane. Absolutely, 100%.
No, but he's right. I cannot defend Rohit in this scenario because Virat used to win as with Umesh Yadav in home test. I don't think Bumrah actually played a lot of home tests under Virat Kohli.
We can actually have a
manage
share
his workload.
We can
What
actually
you guys are also forgetting is the 3 test matches that Rohit has lost. Look at Virat Kohli's performances also. I mean, it's
Look at Rohit's performance in those days when Virat Kohli lost.
So are you saying that you will put both Virat and Rohit in the same pedestal when it comes
No,
to
I
this
wouldn't say that. I completely agree with you guys that Virat is the next. He's a different beast.
Yes.
He changed the landscape of Test cricket not just for India,
Yeah.
but the world over. I think with Rohit, the problem has been that he's also, he's trying to assert, he's trying to stamp his authority on the team as a test captain still. I mean, he won the T20 World Cup. He took it to the final of the ODI World Cup.
He's still new test captain.
Yes, you just begin to, you just feel that he's probably still an outsider as a test captain.
But to Rohit's credit, I'll just say one thing, that he didn't follow what Virat got in. He's trying to build his entire new blueprint.
Yeah.
This is a new team.
Because he has no other option. He has no other option.
He is also at a transition kind of, he will need to have that transition immediately because Jadeja, Ashwin, they are getting old. Virat is getting old.
But I think,
I don't think he has many years.
He doesn't have many.
Apart from KL Rahul, probably everyone else would get their chance.
For some reason, he likes KL.
Yeah, there is something.
He is from
Bangalore. His city is like, oh, it's okay, Shetty, Rohit, Mumbai.
Right.
Now look at this is exactly why I hate being on the Unfriendly Cricket podcast, and this is why I'm biased. Because these two guys are so biased. Hopefully, with Rohit Sharma stepping up as test captain in Pune, I know Shetty doesn't like it. There will be a little bit less bias. Come on, we are India cricket fans. That's what we want to see. Anyway, a lot of back and forth. It's been a disastrous couple of days in Bangalore. Look, not all was dark and gloomy. It was a fantastic batting experience from the Indians in the second innings. Virat Kohli got some runs.
Yeah.
Of course, Sarfaraz Khan's 150 and Rishabh Pant's heartbreaking 99. But you would want to take some warmth from it because Pant is well and truly back. And now the focus shifts to Pune. The onus is once again on Rohit, Virat, and the other senior pros, Ashwin, Jadeja, and Bumrah. Let's see how that goes. And there will be plenty more to talk about as we head into more episodes on the Unfriendly Cricket Podcast. Thank you so much. Have a great week ahead.